Virat spoke about it's the effort that matters.
You make mistakes and learn from them.
Follow your passion.
I was quite passionate about it. That's why they call it religion in India, because growing up, every child has a cricket bat at home.
But also be practical. Just so much fun. It was so amazing chatting with the amazing Virat Kohli. And I have to say, because we have amazing inspirational people as guests on the Tara Sharma Show, most of these episodes are completely timeless. So looking back at our chat with Virat, I'm actually going to do a little bit of remembering things that may not actually be in the episode, but that happened at the time, or the things that I now look back and find really helpful.
I remember myself always wanting to play cricket, and even before that my parents told me that I always wanted someone to throw a ball at me so I can hit it.
So our kids are very sporty. Our younger son Kai plays for Mumbai City and Zen plays a lot of tennis. So cricket, football, sports are big in our home. And when I look back at some of the advice from these guests,
I always wanted someone to throw a ball at me so I can hit it.
So yeah, here's a look back at some of the stuff Virat said. And of course, he's a superstar, but thank you as always, Virat. It was so touching. He was so humble, so friendly, so warm. And I think something that really touched me is when he first walked in, he was like, "Hi, ma'am." I was like, "What? Don't call me ma'am." You're like super mega star. We have with us the amazing Virat Kohli. Thank you so much, Virat, for being on the show.
Pleasure being here.
So I was so touched and amazed and humbled when Virat said yes to being a guest on my show. I remember because I sent the deck of my show to his manager, and I'm super grateful because he shared it on, and I said, look, I'm not some big superstar. I don't know you personally, but this is a show about, inspiring children and inspirational people and their stories. And I was so touched because they immediately responded and said, he'd be happy to do this. I, of course, said I'll make it very comfortable. It's just a 15-20 minute impromptu chat and wherever is convenient. And because he had such a hectic schedule, it was so moving because he just actually, through his management, said that, why don't you come where we are? So I actually, with my crew, went to where he was for some event, and very kindly, they actually arranged a suite and we shot there, and it was really, really moving. And, of course, we've always been fans of Virat, as are billions of people, but that chat actually made me an even bigger fan. Our kids at the time were really small, but I remember they came to meet him and he was really warm, and some of their friends came too, so yeah.
I had to make choices. I had to make some changes. If anyone else had pushed me to improve my lifestyle, I wouldn't have. But those things came to me. So, I think the core has to be really honest. The other things can be taken care of.
I saw the part where he spoke about his father and how losing him was the hardest thing in his life. And it's really moving.
Honestly, that's probably the toughest thing I've faced till now when I was growing up, because as I said, he was the one who supported me throughout in whatever I wanted to do. And then he saw me, get better and do better in all the games that I played.
Yeah.
And then I got to play for the state team, which is the Ranji Trophy, which is the first class level. It's supposed to be a big break for any cricketer.
Yeah.
I was playing with, some of the people that have represented the country, and, I was so happy that I'm getting an opportunity to do that. And in the very first season, he passed away. He had health issues, and so that it's a classic case of, things come to you at different times in different ways.
Yeah.
And that for me was a shock when it happened, but it taught me a lot in terms of how important, it is to be focused and be honest with what you're doing. Firstly, not to take it for granted, because life can be very short. It can change very quickly.
It's really inspiring to hear Virat's advice to parents. When I interviewed him, our kids were really small, and while they were always sporty, I had no idea that I would be the sports mom I am now. And I find this advice so useful.
As children or as youngsters, we're never left to explore ourselves, what's good or what's bad. We're always taught, we're always fearful of things, which I faced as well. But I made my mistakes. Somehow I had the courage to make mistakes, especially when I played in the IPL, when I played in the Indian team.
From Virat, from Chetri, from Rohit Sharma, Bumrah, all of them, when I look back at what they said about how their parents would be the ones, waking them up, taking them to training early in the morning, hours at matches. I love being at our kids' matches. And many of my friends honestly say, you don't have to go, they're big now. I'm like, but I go for myself as well. It's just so much fun. I'm a full-blown soccer mom. I've made friends, with parents from his team, their teams. And it's an amazing thing. And so watching this chat now, I look back and I'm like, at that time I had no idea I would be doing this.
My father was a lawyer. He really studied hard for it. So he was always a little inclined towards me doing my studying bit as well.
Yeah.
But that's where my mom sort of backed me a lot of times and said not to put too much pressure on me because it gets too much for a child to do both.
But that's amazing. So what kind of age was that?
I joined a professional academy when I was 8.
Wow.
It is a tricky period, to be honest, because you don't know if you're going to succeed or not.
Yeah.
You have to invest all your time in it. The family has to back you. There will be challenges throughout, but that's where, you need that support from your family as well.
Your dad used to take you for your classes and drive you there. Did he have to sacrifice quite a lot in order to do all that as you got more and more serious and better? And your mom, of course.
See, my mom could not contribute so much because she had a lot on her plate anyway, so she couldn't travel or take me to practice sessions and stuff like that. My father used to do it most of the time. When my brother had time, he used to take me to games and practice sessions. So basically I was looked after by my family throughout.
So it's kind of, without being cliched, it's like walking the talk. These people today, I even message Chetri sometimes if like Kai is going to play nationals and stuff, and I'm like, look, this is happening, and it's amazing because they have been a huge inspiration. So thank you, all of you, and I think to our whole community who watches, there are people even now, if you watch this chat, it's as relevant. Even if it was done a while ago, it's as relevant. So check it out.
I had to make choices. I had to make some changes. If anyone else had pushed me to improve my lifestyle, I wouldn't have. But those things came to me. So, I think the core has to be really honest. The other things can be taken care of. My only advice would be never compromise on your passion. You make mistakes and learn from them. Don't be shy of making mistakes.
This line about follow your passion, don't compromise on it, make mistakes and learn from them. This line from Virat is like a mantra for us. It's been in the teaser, the trailer. I've watched it many times, but for anyone new to the channel watching it for the first time, it's all still so relevant. We say to our kids all the time, it's the effort that matters. It's okay if you make mistakes. That's part of the learning. It's not just about winning, losing, winning. It's about all the lessons you learn through sport and frankly the mindset that it gives you to be a stronger person. And I think it's super relevant even today. Not just for kids who are in sport, but in anything. Follow your passion, but also be practical. I think that's important too. You can't just chase a dream that may not be happening, but make steps towards it and don't compromise on that passion if it's really strong.
As children or as youngsters, we're never left to explore ourselves, what's good or what's bad. We're always taught, we're always fearful of things, which I faced as well. But I made my mistakes. Somehow I had the courage to make mistakes.
So when I spoke to Virat then, he was not yet a dad. In fact, he wasn't even married then. So I said, what kind of dad do you think you'll be? And he was right. He said he's going to be a great dad. And now, of course, he's a dad of 2 kids.
I think I'll be a great dad. I cannot say when it's going to happen, but I think I'll make a wonderful dad.
So do you think you'll be a hands-on dad?
Yeah, I will be.
And I'm sure he's a great dad. But yeah, it was very sweet because he actually put a nappy on a teddy bear and showed what a hands-on dad he was going to be. I thought that was really sweet. And then after our chat, very kindly, Virat and his team invited us for the Virat Kohli Foundation Gala dinner. And it was really inspiring because I think when people of that stature are also doing a lot to give back, it's really moving. So that was really lovely to watch. And I think another thing that really struck me is that Virat spoke about how initially he was not very liked because of his temper and things like that. And I think to share that in a chat and an interview was really moving because, as I said earlier, it made me feel very close to him, and our whole community, I think, could feel that he was really sharing something from the heart. And it's very important as a parent to let kids watch this, because I feel kids also should know, it's okay to make mistakes, as he said. Some things you do may not be right, some things people may not like, but you learn from it all and you actually become a better person. So I think that to me was a great lesson from everything else he said too. And once again, thanks Virat. I'm sure Anushka agrees that you're super and you're a super dad, and all the very best, and hopefully we'll have all of you on the show again at some point.